today.
Hey, y'all.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to On the Move with Nan and Kam. And today we've got Molly Johnson, who is a friend of the pod. She's been on the podcast before, so we're very happy to have her back. And Molly is probably really not quite recovered from being the event director for the Virginia Credit Union River City Half and River City 5K. So she has had a very eventful weekend. And since that is still probably top of everybody's mind, we figured that we would have her on to discuss everything River City. And then the second half of the pod today is going to be a fun on the go vlog.
On the move.
On the
Nan and
move.
Kam on the move.
Yeah.
And that'll tell you a little bit about a big promotion that we have going on today. You're right. Today that you should definitely show up for this evening. Okay. I got nervous that I needed to talk about it now, but I got to keep you waiting and guessing.
Yeah. So Molly, how was your race day experience as the event director of the very first River City Half and 5K?
It was great. Your introduction was making me think, though. I'm going to think this is so gross. But I will spill a secret. I have not put my wet clothes from the weekend in the wash.
My God. I immediately pulled them off and said, wash
Oh,
machine.
no.
It was one of those situations where I think I was like getting dressed to get in the shower as I walked up the stairs and immediately threw them all in the washing machine.
Y'all. I had to come to the office in between finishing breakdown
She's
and
busier
then,
than
she is.
and then to the live show. And so I changed in the office bathroom.
I guess I did that too.
Yeah, and because I was like, I don't want to like wear my wet, like at that point, like full SOG clothes into the Virginia Museum of History and Culture. So I
hope did you at least get them out of your car?
They are out of my car.
Your car
They
didn't smell
are
wet.
no, but my laundry room does.
Yeah.
So it's all right. It's just my laundry room. So I'm like, I gotta get those clothes in the wash machine tonight. So
yeah, we don't often have an event where we have to do the outfit change in the middle. That was wild.
No, that's
I
pretty rare.
changed at the Museum of History and Culture.
Okay. Did you leave a hanger in the bathroom? I saw a hanger.
It was there before I got there. It was there before I got there. I was like, wait, did somebody else change in here already? So I don't know.
There was nothing more fun than I was with three other people and we were all changing in the bathroom down here, and the amount of clothing on the floor about like outfit options that people brought, and then like all the gross layers we had on for the day.
God,
and all of us brought like maybe a hairbrush or a little makeup, and like looking at yourself in this terrible office lighting and being like,
I think that looks
this
good.
is it.
Yeah.
3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Rain songs. We go into this.
Yeah,
we're supposed to look cute.
I'm impressed that y'all put on makeup because I was in the bathroom and I was like, well, this is what we're going with.
I literally my windburn face.
Windburn,
natural blush.
So bad. And some Megan Capital was like, wow, you look like, did you put on makeup with the rest of them? I was like, no. This is literally my
This
little
is what you're getting.
rosacea plus windburn equals blush now, I guess. So.
Yeah. It was cute. It was really
and that's
cute.
the pink theme. It was okay.
I know. We were featured all over Allie and Kira's Instagrams this weekend.
Looking
I was
hot
like,
messes.
great.
Yeah, at least there's enough of us that it's like tiny.
Yeah,
I just love that. Yeah, she tags sports backers. No individual name. Don't come looking for me after that.
So yeah, what was your race day like? People like it behind the scenes. What do you do behind the scenes on race day as the event director?
Gosh, race behind the scenes as a race director on race day is really just a lot of running around. I got there. Call time for the staff was 5 a.m.
Woof.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as it is for some other races, but it's still pretty early.
Right.
And I was pretty much banking on getting no sleep the night before.
Mm-hmm.
I do think somehow I managed to sleep between the hours of like 10 and 1. When I woke up at like 1:15, I was like, I'm not even going to bother trying to go back to sleep at this point. So
no.
I got there probably about 4:40ish, 4:30 maybe. And kind of just like, you have to like get your mind right before everybody gets there. And, as soon as we get there, we're getting stuff opened up, like ready for people to arrive. Packet pickup opened at 6:30 at the start line. So it's just kind of a lot of running around, checking on last minute things, making sure everybody's in their place where they need to go, particularly for this race, because we had the finish line on one half of campus and then the start line on the other half of campus. There's almost like 2 operations happening at the same time. So making sure things are kind of simultaneously going on where they need to, that the start line crew has what they need, the finish line crew has what they need, and then kind of just balancing, the command post calling me and all kinds of things like that. Our course crew was out as well. I saw John Reagan's putting up signs on the Huguenot Bridge.
You never saw him? Where's Waldo with him?
He got there. Yeah,
at any race.
I think he got out at like 4 a.m. because he was coming south across the Huguenot Bridge putting out signs as I was going north across Huguenot Bridge to get to the event. So he was out before any of us were. So, but making sure that our course crew is, has what they need and all that stuff. So it's really a lot of like pre-race communications and then coordination. And then once the race is going, just kind of checking in on things, problem solving where we need to, and things like that. So it's just a lot of like, oftentimes as an event director, I don't feel like I did as much physically as other people did. It's just a lot of like running around, being here and there, and kind of making sure everybody has what they need.
I think you maybe still have the most steps. Yeah, all the answers.
A lot of steps. Yeah, a lot of steps. I did, this was not planned, but I did get the great pleasure of driving everybody from the start line to the finish line in a gator, which is always a wild ride. You got Michael George behind you yelling like, "Get out of the way!"
Yeah,
and he is not shy. And there was some like one of the girls that was sitting next to me, we were like squished in together. It was a time where she's, oh my gosh, she's so loud. And I was like, yeah, this is pretty standard.
Yeah.
So, there's always like bursts of excitement, throughout kind of just like making sure everything's going well.
Yeah. When you mentioned John Regan's, I haven't asked him about this yet. And I meant to ask, was that a new fit he had on race day?
I think it was.
I mean, guys, it was official. Like, he could work for VDOT.
Yeah,
potentially.
VDOT. That's what I was like, VDOT.
He's always, much of our events team has like very official rain gear. They shout out Frog Togs. They, if we could get Frog Togs to sponsor. I don't own any yet.
You should.
Yeah, I should.
To order some.
Okay. So maybe get on a little fashion show. Get ready with me to stand in the rain. Yes. But he had on like neon rain gear. He was in the street, so he's really it was great. But
again, 5 a.m. So
it's dark out there.
I was gonna say I saw him once on the bridge, and then this is bad because he was out there. I saw him out the window, and Ashley and I were eating breakfast in Still's grocery. And Ashley was like, "Should we wave to him?" And I was like, "No,
don't tell him."
No. What did you do on race day?
I was all over the place too.
Yeah,
actually.
You were.
I started at the finish, helping out with like volunteer stuff and doing a bunch of just like random stuff because we were just waiting. Thankfully, Megan Capito was driving by on a gator, and she took me and Kristen to the start. We stopped by. I dropped my little chair off at my spot. So I was at the start. I met my friend Angel, who sang the national anthem.
She's great.
Yeah, really good.
Really good. And then got some videos and pics of the start. And then I walked over to my course marshal spot, which was at the end of the is it Gamble's Mill corridor?
Yeah.
And like Eco corridor on the UR side. And that was really fun.
Yeah.
Molly was behind me too, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I was like right here, and Molly was at the top of the hill.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
We
course
had,
marshaling.
Yeah. Once we got on campus, I realized as people were running from the Gamble's Mill Trail to the finish that the sign, the corners were marked, but I was like, someone could run past them. So I ended up putting myself, kind of on the turn to Richmond Way, I think. And then Mara was at the turn into the actual finish. So just some of those last minute little things that you don't realize until you're out there that like, we probably should actually have a course marshal here. And so that's when I grabbed Mara and she stood in one spot and then I was in another, really just until we kind of get the leaders through and the bulk of the pack through, because for both the 5K and the half marathon, your first people that come through are usually like way far out. So even though your first runner, and that's great, except for like, your first runner is often following a lead bike, but if there's 2 or 3 minutes between your next couple people, those second, third, fourth place people don't necessarily have a leader. So just make sure they're in the right spot is great. And Cam, I had emailed you like last Thursday or something like that. It was kind of late with your course marshal spot. And I thought on race day, I was like, I need to go check on Cam, make sure she's okay. And I walked up and like walked around the corner and you had like your golf umbrella and a chair. And I was like, she's good.
Prepared. And my vest from the marathon.
Prepared.
I was like,
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, you can stay here as long as you want. I was like, you're welcome to come back to the festival. But
I love that spot. Was such a good spot. I feel like because where the corridor is so flat, like there's no hills, there's no nothing. So I feel like I get a good amount of people like being like, woo,
that are in good spirits.
That are in good spirits. So, and it was just so great, like getting to stay.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Getting to stand there and seeing everybody being so positive and literally saying like, thank you for being out here.
I know.
Thank you for volunteering, which I was not volunteering.
I always feel so guilty.
I know. Me too.
But I was just like, thanks.
Yeah. I don't want to yell back like, I'm being paid.
Yeah.
I know. Whenever they do the blanket, like, thank you for being out here, I'm always like, no, thank you, actually. I got a job because of you.
Thank you. I was like, you go. And I was telling everybody like how much further they had left. And it was great. It was awesome. Biggest shout out to my 2 girlies who were like, I love your podcast. I love
we
you.
love you. You told me about this and I was so excited.
What? I was standing there and this girl, and 2 separate times, they were like, I love your podcast. And I said,
I mean,
if you're listening,
top of the charts over here.
Wow, love you.
You've inspired us. We got to start a merch line or something soon. Really make sure our fans are taken care
Live
of.
show. That's what's
Right.
next. Live show. Taking it on the road.
I sell 300 tickets. No problem.
300 tickets. Easy. Yeah. Maybe we can do it next year.
Yeah. It'll actually be Nan and Kam on the move featuring Allie and Kira.
First downturn to happen.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I was on the Huguenot Bridge doing the 5K water stop. So I was at the start or at the finish initially with Cam, like just kind of doing whatever needed to be done. Yapping.
We were snacking and it was
I was hungry already.
6 a.m.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't know why I'm hungry. I said, you're just bored. Like, you're not hungry.
Well, I was. Who knows with false hunger or what. But I got a little snack, a little treat. And then I got a really sweet shout out to Sheehy. They were a sponsor. Got a really, really sweet Lexus. The model is a bunch of numbers and letters that I know nothing about. And it was an SUV and it was amazing and it was brand new and it had a heated steering wheel, which I've never experienced, and heated seats. And I desperately loved it. Like I was like, what? My man Chase at Sheehy, what can we do to make that Lexus mine? Shout out. I don't think I can afford that Lexus, but you know, I'll drive it around. I'll drive it around with the Sheehy sticker on it permanently. That's fine.
If that's all, yeah.
So I was on the bridge, but that was really fun because people were like on the bridge. They were like, had just started. So they're still really hype and they were, you know, looking forward to like seeing people cheering and everybody was really responsive. I also should have shared this in the staff meeting this morning. We were talking about good stories from it. I was like filling up water cups. I like head down. It's raining. You got the hood up, and we were trying to keep up. And I hear this person like blasting Nicki Minaj out loud. It's like running.
Tiffany?
Yes. Yeah. And I turned around without being able to see who it was, and I said, "Oh, I want to run with you."
Right.
And Tiffany was like, "I know you do." And I was like, "It was Tiffany and her daughter, her daughter is in all of the promo photos as well." So it was exciting. I was like, I should have been like, "We got course model right here."
I know. I saw when they saw their little Instagram post.
Oh, it was so
like,
cute.
Oh my gosh, so cute. It was like from the
the
promo photos to the finish line. Like, come on, what a full circle moment.
Yeah, I took a video of them because when they came past me, before I could see them, I heard Megan Thee Stallion, and I was like, "Who's these ladies?" And then Tiff comes running, dancing up because she was like, "I just danced the whole time."
She did.
Yeah, I think it was like Chung Li when they came by, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just to break it down on the bridge."
And she had that cute neon windbreaker on too. I loved it.
Yeah. And Jackie made a lot of noise. Noelle did her first 5K. Not her first 5K. Was it your first 5K? It was.
Oh,
guys, we're in Noelle's office today because On the Move is really on the move. Not enough office space. We got a podcast somewhere. So shout out to her. Also shout out to Noelle because this was one of her first events answering the info emails with a bunch of questions, and she nailed it. She did a fantastic job. So great job.
But yeah, three of our staff members ran. It was great.
Yeah, it was.
Noelle was the only one I didn't get a video of because by the time she came back, she was like here, and she was like smiling at me, and I was like, "Who's this girly?" I was like, "Oh, that's Noelle."
Jackie was being her hype person when that's how we knew. She was like, Noelle's coming behind me.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we were aware.
Yeah.
What sort of feedback are you getting from people?
Gosh, it has been I was like such a loser on Sunday. Just like looking at Instagram.
It's hard to
no,
stop.
I wasn't say loser. It was just hard to stop. Yeah.
That's my job.
I'm not like this is kind of the only like major event that I'm full race director of, like the other marathon, the 10K, I do big pieces of it, but not the race itself. So it was really cool to get to see everybody's posts on Sunday, just with like, gosh, we're getting such good feedback on the race. And what's really nice to hear is like, people really didn't let the weather ruin their experience, and the rain was, the weather was not great on Sunday, if we're being honest. It wasn't like horrible. It wasn't like a torrential downpour the whole time. But it was not like the weather that you wanted either. I kind of am like, gosh, are we like, do we have a first year event curse? Because it did this to us at Tacky Light Run.
It did.
The Tacky Light Run was worse
Yeah.
for sure.
Yes.
But like,
A
you
little
know,
colder.
every time we have a new event that we sell out, it rains on us. So.
And I think also it felt
Okay.
colder. It probably felt worse to us because we weren't running. Like if you were warmed up,
yeah,
because I felt colder than I expected to.
Yeah.
I did
Say
too.
that as I sat in my car.
My
But
body.
My right
body
hand
was
like
fine.
did not
It was
work.
It was
Yeah.
my fingers.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
were cold.
I
I should
had,
have got
like,
front gloves. And
A
I didn't.
full
I had
claw
gloves.
of a right hand. It like I just like it didn't work.
Yeah.
And like people would call
Race
me on my phone,
director claw.
and I was like I could not like get my phone out of my pocket. And like, when we were at the live show, it was like my fingers felt like they were coming back to life. But yeah, it's been really like people did not let the weather ruin their experience, which I mean
Yeah.
that's the one thing we don't have control over. So like
Right.
that is a bummer when it rains, but it's been so cool just to see everybody's feedback on the course, and just their experience in general. Like I mentioned the staff meeting this morning, it's been really cool to see people that they were like, this is my first 5K or my first half marathon, and like it was such a great experience, and that's been really rewarding to see. I think we knew going into this was going to be a challenging course,
Yeah.
and it's been great to see people just really embrace the hills and really be proud of what they did, because it's absolutely something to be proud of.
And I
Yeah.
think even like besides that, this is some people's first. People who run a lot of races, I got a few comments saying that like this was their favorite half they've ever done,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, that means like if it's a runner who runs a lot of halves, or,
Yeah.
like, races a lot, and this is their favorite. Oh, I think
Yeah.
that's cool.
Well, and some real BTS behind the scenes details. We have been working on this race for, I'd say, the better part of 2 years, a year and a half. I would say within I'd say the year and a half in terms of like marketing, launching,
Right.
like getting the final details worked out. But like the better last 2 years ago, we were really starting to kind of plan the course, because we knew we wanted to have a spring half, but we knew we wanted to do it right. Like
Yeah.
we didn't want to just have a race that would, feel like something else that's, on this around this time of year. So we looked at course options all over the place. And the one that we landed on was one that I pushed pretty hard for, because I was like, this is what I would want to do. And
Yeah.
after we got like feedback from a couple other people, like in, community, like some of our trusted ambassadors, things like this is what the feedback we got was. Like the route that we ended up with was where people would want to run. But like we looked at routes all over. Like I remember scouting a route in like around Short Pump Mall. Like
Yeah.
there was some in Chesterfield. Like
Oh, imagine shutting down Short
Yeah.
Pump. That would have.
well, and it was one that we kind of were throwing a bunch of things at the wall to see what would stick. And it's been really reassuring to see that what we landed on was what people like, that they really liked it. And
Yeah.
that we made the right choice. I don't know that any of us ever thought we made the wrong choice choosing between Short Pump and
Right,
Riverside
Yeah.
Drive.
No disrespect.
No
to the pump.
disrespect to
Yeah,
Short Pump,
but-
but we couldn't be able to brag about our scenic course maybe as much on Broad Street. So
And I know
Yeah.
there would be a lot more
Yeah.
emails if we shut down Short
So it's been really reassuring to hear that people really enjoyed their experience and things like that too. Because the other thing is we do have the other half marathon, the Richmond half marathon in November. We wanted this to feel totally different,
Yeah.
so that you could do both races in the same calendar year and not feel like you had the same experience. And I think we
Oh,
really
I think we
achieved that.
definitely achieved
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Definitely. And I think the fact that so many people signed up in the first day of the
Oh my gosh,
5-day
yes.
sale being open, like
good-
it's,
yeah.
that's
Mhm.
enough. No comments needed. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
literally enough to show that people liked it.
And Ashley mentioned this in the staff meeting too, but our race raise reviews, we have 4.7 rating on race raves right now, which it's great. So
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
5 reviews on Facebook, which I didn't realize.
Oh,
Mhm.
have to go look at those.
5 stars.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh,
5 stars. I was
love
gonna say
that.
we're gonna
Love
get that race
5
rate
stars.
5 stars.
Yeah.
We're gonna make those staff members.
Yeah,
that ran
well,
the
yeah, we're
5K.
secret. We're gonna get junior members, yeah.
Yeah, our 3
Just
that ran.
kidding.
Our 3
We
that
wouldn't
ran
do that.
rate it.
Yeah.
Our 3 that ran, they were like, this was great. Jackie said she wished she was running longer, actually. 'Cause
Yeah.
she wanted to see some more. Yeah.
Love
This
that.
is her first race back. She
Yeah,
wanted to do
didn't want to push it.
So, what was your favorite part of the course, I guess? Because you were all over the place
And you helped design the course.
and you
Yeah.
helped design it. So,
Mhm.
what's your favorite part?
I'd say it has to be that like horseshoe type U-turn that's right there. It's like around mile 6.5-ish, a little before 6.5. Right near. It's right after you go underneath the train bridge on Riverside, and then you come around. I think it's Riverside and Evelyn Bird, where Evelyn Bird connects to Riverside, and there's just this like big kind of, if you're running on Riverside, the direction that the course runs, there's this kind of like big curve around to your right, and then you curve back around to your left. And I think it's cool as a runner because as you're approaching the curve, you've just come up a big hill.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that. And you're still kind of on a hill. It's not totally done yet. But as you're approaching the curve, you can see all the runners in front of you. When you're in the curve and then the back half of it, you can see, like, I always love on a race course when you can see other people. Like, when you're at the top of the hill and it slopes down, you can see everybody in front of you. So I always like parts of that, like when I'm racing.
Yeah.
When you can see everybody. I think this is a really cool opportunity. And as you are looking over your shoulder to the left, in that curve, you can see the train bridge across the river and all the rapids. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'd say that is a highlight for me. I was sad I didn't get to see it on race day. But I've seen it enough.
Of course,
so
years to come.
Yeah.
We got the
maybe one day
shots.
I'll get out there.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That shot Milo got.
Shout out
everybody
to
coming
Milo.
off the Huguenot Bridge onto the exit ramp onto river.
The drone shots of over the bridge with everybody running across the bridge.
Oh my gosh,
that
incredible.
Is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we could see them, and we didn't even really think about this when we were on the Huguenot Bridge. We could then see them on Riverside, off like across the water. And as we were like dumping out the water, Ashley was like, "Oh look, there they are!"
Yeah.
And it was so neat to be able to see them from that vantage point too.
Yeah. So I'd say that was my favorite. The other part was the finish line because
Who doesn't
Always
love
cool.
that?
Who doesn't love that? Exactly.
Great. Well, the 5-day sale is still going on, so that is going on through the 15th. So make sure you sign up early. And get that best price because you definitely want to be there in 2025.
And you don't want to wait till it's sold out and then you can't do it because we're going to sell out next year.
Yeah.
Learn from your mistakes if you missed out this year.
Get in early.
Right.
We're going to do some this or that's with you
Okay,
now.
love it.
Obviously, we can't have you on and not do some this or that. So the first one is I was very excited when I was working. I love to eat. I love food. That's not a secret, probably. And if you've been listening to this podcast. But I was really excited about going to the U of R dining hall for lunch at Setup on Friday. And then Kira and Allie called it out at the live show that they had also been there.
Not that
so
good,
I love this.
Don't go.
She's trying to make it so her spot's not blown up. She already told me her boyfriend works at UR and he's mad that we have blown up his
Don't
spot.
go. It's not good.
Yeah, so they're trying.
So
don't let her disparage it. You need to experience it. But I was elated that we went on Friday. So you've now down there twice. Not to call you out.
Oh no, I'll call
out.
myself out.
What are you having? You can only pick salad bar or that delicious, delectable fried fish stick.
Oh man, y'all are really calling me on this. So
delicious.
I gotta say, shoot. Well, so we went on a Friday during Lent, and since I try not to eat meat on Fridays during Lent, I got that fish stick on Friday, and it was so good.
It was right. Shout out to the Southern food section of UR Dining Hall.
Delicious.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, but I'd say on a day-to-day basis, I'm going to go for the salad bar, especially given that I went back for the salad bar on Monday. Bought myself a to-go container, the reusable to-go container.
One. Sorry, I know too much.
She already told me her lunch is in it today.
My lunch is in it today. Yeah. I will be back. I'm like, well, I was already on campus on Monday morning because I wanted to make sure we had cleaned everything up. And I was like, shoot, I got to get lunch. I never have the energy to go to a grocery store on Sunday after a race. So I was like, I don't have anything for lunch. And I was like, well, since I'm already here, I'm just hitting D off.
Let's go.
It's not expensive. And the nice lady that checked me in was like, I was like, oh, do you have to go get it? She was like, oh, you have to buy them. But then she's like, you can just bring it back every time and just get it refilled. I was like, shoot, sign me up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So,
secret.
Yep, I got one now. And, get my little salad, got the guacamole bar.
Oh.
Hit a little dessert, a little red velvet brownie on the way out. I was
so
like,
bad.
Oh my gosh.
So bad. No. Anyway.
So I'm like, maybe it's my new near West End restaurant.
It is.
Yeah. I guess to go with since you chose salad bar.
Yeah.
Hidden Valley is coming out with 7 new flavors of ranch.
Yeah.
And they look really good.
I know.
Have you seen them? I sent them to you, so I'm sure you've seen them.
You sent them to me too, or somebody did, but I don't remember what they are at this point.
Well, we got 2 that we think you're gonna like.
Okay, two flavors for you to choose.
Okay,
if you gotta try them. Cheez-It flavored ranch, or jalapeno flavored ranch.
I'm jalapeno.
Okay.
But I'm trying to be clear.
That's a Cheez-It. Cheez-It. That's her two.
To be clear, I'm trying both, but I feel like I'm gonna like jalapeno better.
I feel like it would go better on a salad.
That's what I'm saying.
Cheez-It ranch would go great on some lettuce.
Y'all are haters.
I'm not saying.
Do you put cheese on your salad?
Yeah.
True.
Cheez-It. Come on. Cheez-It ranch is different.
Well, I was anxious to find out about that one
too. That's
and a garlic
I'll
one.
be in both
and
those.
garlic.
Like
I know that.
a garlic
you.
ranch. I mean, just give me some fries and we're going to town.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think we should probably buy them all and have a taste test.
Yes,
when they come out. Yeah, I'll bring an air fryer in here. We'll just be frying up frozen French fries.
Frozen French fries. Yeah.
Office just smells like a potato.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
You guys know I was so bummed I never found that the ice cream.
I know. Llewellyn's, is that
yes.
it was? Yeah.
Gross.
I mean, it would have been gross, but I wanted to try it.
Your last one is this or that or that or that or that or that or that. Because you're getting up there with the amount of events that you're the race director of. And sometimes on here we ask people to pick between their pets. We've been known to contemplate asking people to pick between their children. But for you, we'd like you to
only
pick
have one pet, so.
between your metaphorical children, your events.
My events.
So out of all your events, pick one.
Ooh. Well, this is not. Okay. I'm not really race director of that many things. I just am director of big chunks of things.
No. You're Ashland half. Well, not anymore.
Not
Not
anymore. That's more.
You were Ashland half, but we got Tacky Light Run, Corporate Run.
Yep.
River City half.
River City half.
Yep. Formerly uncorked.
Formerly uncorked. You can pick one of your past children.
Pick a past one. I mean, I think at this point, can I say two?
No.
I can't say two. Okay, fine. Then I have to.
No.
Then I think I have to say River City half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that endorsement.
I think I have to. It was so good. I mean, gosh, and it was so exciting for me. I know this is not what you guys wanted to hear from this comment, but just to see, like, we have been planning this event for me specifically, and I mean our whole team. But like, we've been working on building up the committee. It's been so like for really the better part of the last year, and it was so cool to just like take a step back. Once there's finishers coming in, we kind of like know that things are going smoothly. To just see everybody doing their thing on race day, like from the staff plan that we put together, to see everybody really taking ownership of their role, doing their part, and then our race committee, which is really includes a lot of some of our really dedicated longtime volunteers, but also a lot of new people that we've kind of elevated to that committee role. So it was really cool to get to stand back and see everybody like do their thing and make the plans that we have put together on paper actually come to life and work really well in a way that I think our participants noticed and took appreciation of. So it's cool to see that come to life.
Yeah, I think like thinking about that when you were saying it's definitely we're positioning it to be one of our larger events. Like I think thinking about that excitement, it was very cool in race day to see like, I think it's hard to picture that in your mind until you're out there and then to see the excitement about it and like how much people were bought into it. And then particularly for us afterwards, the staff that worked the live show with Allie and Kieran to see that. And you should definitely listen. They recorded a live show. It'll be on Allie on the Run's podcast. I'm not sure if it's uploaded yet, but definitely give that a listen. It was great. I think to see that enthusiasm, to have those runners that had been running, be out there at the event afterwards. They're all raising their hands that they're from out of state all over the place. And I think to see that really made you think like, wow, this does feel big.
Yeah. And I mean, really, it's not often that we launch a race that we do intend to grow to be really big. So, I think we got a great partner at the University of Richmond and Virginia Credit Union, and we're taking this race big places. So it's exciting that the first year was like a really, really solid foundation for that.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, y'all. Thanks, Molly. Thanks for coming back. You're the first staff member to be on two times. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa.
Sorry. Might be. Yeah. I'll hold the record.
Sign her a deal.
Love that.
Biggest guess.
She's gonna start wanting royalties.
Yeah.
Well, stay tuned in because now we're gonna switch over to Cam and I's adventure yesterday. Us on the move.
Yeah.
And we hope to see you tonight at Gelati Celesti from 6 to 9, Scott's Edition location only. But come say hi to me and Cam. We'll be out there.
I'll be there.
Oh, Molly's gonna be there too.
Yeah, she said she had to come.
Once I heard, I was like,
love.
Wouldn't miss it.
Free.
You don't have to do anything.
Free.
It's just free ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah.
Let it slip. But tune back in
Okay.
for more info.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Hey guys,
Hi.
we're walking to. Well, it's coming out today, right?
It is. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Well, you'll know about it. I hope you're coming tonight.
Yeah, we are walking to Gelati Celesti. It's really bad that we can walk here because, we could be just getting sweets all the time. We don't.
But if you're walking, it doesn't count.
Then you burn it off on the way.
Look at that.
So yeah. Oh, we're getting ready to cross a really big street.
No,
actually,
we can just turn. We don't have to cross
okay.
yet. Crossing here is bad.
I was getting some anxiety.
Cam, what are your favorite things to do on your hot girl walk? How do you get your best vibe going on your hot girl walk? Some must-haves.
So I know we were talking about last time what I run to.
Yeah.
What I walk to is completely different.
Okay, that's when you get your wild music out?
Yes. When I walk, I got some Beyonce.
Ooh.
Or some, I don't know, Nelly Furtado.
Oh, okay.
I know. So
some throwback.
Yeah, I like a good runway walk.
Ooh, okay.
When I'm walking,
you get the sass on high level, so
yes.
that the miles fly by.
Even on the treadmill,
yeah,
a good treadmill walk or strut. I found on TikTok, I think it was last year or the year before, people make playlists for that.
Oh, for hot girl walks.
Yes. So you're walking.
Gross.
Okay.
Gross.
You're walking at a specific speed. You're right. I think the camera, he just wanted to be in it. Let's see. Okay, still recording.
I was gonna say I that's when I listen to my books. I almost never listen to music when I hot girl walk.
Really?
Yeah, that's when I listen to my 1.7 speed books.
Okay.
Or podcast. I feel like. Yeah.
I'll listen to a podcast.
Sunglasses are pretty essential to mine as well. I've got very sunglass loving eyes. So usually my dog is with me.
Yeah. I feel like today's a perfect day.
No, it's glorious.
For a walk.
The daylight savings time, I complained about it initially, and then I'm like, wow, my life has changed.
I'm never complaining about that.
This week I've been
never complaining about that.
7 p.m.
Yeah.
My mental health is soaring.
I went outside yesterday and was I feel alive.
Oh yeah, we left for dinner to go somewhere at 7 last night, and the fact that I had to take sunglasses at 7,
yeah.
I was like, oh,
what a time.
Doing it. Cam, what is your favorite ice cream if you're picking?
Loaded question. Again. I feel like I never have a simple answer to these freaking questions. Gotta have a piece, a chunk in it.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So a cookie dough.
Yeah.
A brownie. Yeah, stuff like that. Those are my faves.
All right. I'm a messy ice cream person as well. We were talking about it, and I don't love a vanilla base. Real chocolatey lady. I'm big on an Oreo, a peanut butter. I would say if we're going to gelati specifically, it's very hard for me to not get Just Ask. Love Just Ask.
Yeah,
Just Ask is great. I recently got Kurt's Coffee Crunch, which I was really into. That was the Kurt Austrie flavor.
Love him.
I love him too. And he had I love coffee anything. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, Oreos are really a go-to for me.
Topping?
Topping. Yeah, they also have right now, and I love this one called Panda that is coconut with some chocolate.
Wow, they really mixed that up.
They wild.
So if you're gonna put toppings, do you like toppings? One.
Yeah.
So let's say we're a sweet frog.
Yeah, my bowl looks disgusting. The exception is I'm not putting a gummy worm in it like I'm 5.
Good.
It looks sick. It looks like someone just went through and picked every chocolate topping or a toffee topping. Unpopular grandma opinion. I love a wet nut.
Oh,
nobody likes that.
No, grandma.
They're good.
Please. I'm literally whipped cream. Yum, bye.
That's it?
I love
because
I get a chunky
sauce. Yours has a peanut butter sauce.
A chunky ice cream, so I don't need a lot of chunks.
No, I like all the chunks. Chunks on chunks. All right, so we said we're headed to gelati. That's because very exciting thing happening tonight from 6 to 9 p.m. We're going to have at the Scott's Edition store. Cam and I will be there, so come hang out, come say hi.
There it is.
Yep. And from 6 to 9 p.m. if you come, and we're going to encourage you to join our email list because you get a special 10K discount code. You join our email list, you will also get a free rainbow cookie ice cream sandwich courtesy of Gelati Celesti and Ukrop's Home Style Food.
Yeah.
And I really can't think of a better way to kick off. We like to call a Thursday at our house Little Friday.
Little Friday.
So I can't think of a better way to kick that off than to come and get a free ice cream sandwich.
Yeah. Wow. I love ice cream. I think it's so good.
It's 11:30 in the morning right now, and we're so excited about ice cream.
Who doesn't love ice cream right now? Are you kidding?
All right.
Here
we'll see you in the store.
See you there. Bye. We're here, everybody. We made it.
All right. We both got Duo, which is cookies and cream with cookie dough chunks. But plug, rainbow cookie is on the menu all the time. And I just got normal Duo. Cam got talking about her favorite thing on the way over here. And look at that diva.
Yeah, I got a whole
extra.
We both got the toddler size, but I got whipped cream, so he gave me the big cup.
I was like, what's happening over
Yeah,
here?
that's why.
I got tiny boy.
Got that whip. That's it. All right. Well,
add a little something extra.
Yeah. Cheers.